Hello, everybody. This is Jackie Cox coming to you with ACE Community again. So, adventure, creativity, and enjoyment. And we are thrilled to have five of our member speakers or our members as speakers coming up at our next meeting in 2 weeks. Wednesday, July 1st, we do meet from 4 to 6 p.m. at Bucket List Tavern in Castle Rock. Of course, ACE Community, we're all about having more fun in our lives, embracing life a little fuller, and just really taking advantage of being in community together and what that looks like. So I have Roxanne Fitzgerald with me here today. Hello, Roxanne.
Hello. Thanks for
Thanks
having
for
me.
coming on today.
Yeah.
I'm going to introduce Roxanne. So she's going to be one of our fabulous speakers for 2 weeks in our meeting on July 1st. So I'm going to introduce Roxanne, and then we'll get going with our fun conversation here. So Roxanne Fitzgerald is a strategic operations and client services leader with over 20 years of experience supporting businesses and optimizing performance, strengthening client relationships, and driving operational efficiency. Throughout her career, she has led complex portfolios and cross-functional initiatives, helping organizations navigate challenges, implement scalable solutions, and achieve measurable results. Known for her consultative approach and ability to solve complex problems, Roxanne has built a reputation as a trusted advisor to both clients and teams. Her work has spanned operational strategy, system implementation, and business process improvement, consistently delivering increased visibility, efficiency, and growth. Today, Roxanne works with business professionals to help protect and strengthen their businesses through proactive legal and identity solutions while continuing to build toward a broader consulting platform centered on clarity, performance, and intentional growth. So, welcome, Roxanne. Glad to have you here today.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, yes, absolutely. So tell us a little bit about you and your background, just a little bit. One of the things that I just loved about you when you first came into ACE Community, even as a guest, you were talking about your roller skating and how many miles you've been doing. So I want the audience to know all about that because I just love this fun fact about you.
Yes, actually I did get a skate in today and got oh, and yesterday was so crazy warm, but we did it. We did it. So, like I told you, this whole crazy quad roller skating, so the old-fashioned four wheels on each foot type of thing started coming out of COVID. And my sister and I agreed, okay, well, we need to find something fun. She tossed this out. She found a group on Facebook that and everything and said, "What do you think about that?" I'm like, "Are you crazy?" And then fast forward, the next thing I know, she's like, "Hey, I did something." And then she sends me a picture of her skates. And I was like, "Oh, I guess we're gonna start skating." So kind of fast forward, we had some falls and some setbacks at the initial going, okay, this isn't like, our center of gravity's changed. Some things have changed over the years. So maybe we better like step back in the process, right? So we did. We weren't dissuaded by anything. And we decided to just continue going on with it and kind of fast forward. Last year we went to RollerCon in Vegas. And we went to learned about Derby. We saw all the Derby stuff. We took synced up dance classes while we were
Oh my gosh.
and then we took a dance class. We did outside skating class. We learned skate maintenance, some tips and tricks on that sort of thing from professional Derby players. So it was an amazing adventure. But what it did is when we were there, we were talking to people and really kind of, what do we do compared to what they do? Because you can dance, you can park skate, you can derby skate, you can outside skate. So it's like we talking to all these different people, right? Like, okay, well, we looked at our miles. So we have been tracking miles, whether it's on a sidewalk or on a rink, we were tracking miles. We were like, hey, I think we may be able to get to 1,000 miles this year. What do you think we make that as our goal?
That's awesome.
So we did. We got to 1,052 miles. I had a dear friend come and videotape us doing our 1,000th mile in December.
That's
And
amazing.
So far this year, so this month I'm at 63 miles and
Wow.
over 550 miles for the year.
For the year already. So you're on pace again for another 1,000 miles.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
And I love it because it kind of checks a lot of boxes for me, right? I tell people I'm a plant, you need to put me outside and put me, I need sun, I need water, that sort of thing. So I'm outside, right? I'm visiting with my sister. We sit there and have dialogue and conversation. We meet all sorts of new people all the time. I had a gentleman, and it's so funny now we have a reputation, which is, I guess, a good thing. I don't know. We're kind of infamous. Now we had this gentleman, I was putting my stuff away um the other night in the car, and he pulls up and he's like, "So how many miles are you at so far for the year?" And or for the month. I think he's asked the month, and I told him, and he's like, "Oh, that's what we're at for the whole year."
Oh,
And, he, and
wow.
and then I called my sister after we had this conversation. I said, "We really still are pretty infamous. I just talked to people that knew who we were that I've never talked to before that know we skate for miles."
That's amazing. I love it. I love that your sister had this brainchild idea and you have run with it for 6 years now. I think that's amazing. Yes, when I first got introduced to you, Terry Cardula mentioned you were a fun pusher. So I love that. And so tell us what other fun things besides the roller skating have you kind of endured in the last couple of years here?
Well, I love to ski. I
Yes,
love to ski. I love getting up in the mountains and doing that sort of thing. This year, I'm kind of a little sad with the weather that we have because of the
sure.
drought. I'm not going to be able to really get out on my paddleboard much because of all the lakes
Mm,
are not in a good shape. So kind of sad about that.
mhm.
So I
Sure.
guess I'm gonna have to roll more and not go paddleboarding type of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and then I enjoy just getting out. Like I like to hike. I like to do all sorts of different things. I'm not like, all right, I'm gonna conquer this 14er. Mine's a little bit more, casual, that sort of thing. Involves conversation with people and those types of things. So
Yeah, yeah, no, I love it. I love it. I love these goals. I mean, I think it's so fascinating. My husband and I in 2020, we were all home kind of, and so we decided to do 1,000 miles either walking or hiking. And so I think I like your concept a little better of you're moving a little faster and you're keep creeping up on those miles a little faster. So I think that's amazing.
that's awesome. I didn't know that. That's really good. Yeah, Terry Karchlev was the one that took the recording for us, and we had so much fun. And that's what we officially were the first official Fun Pusher Award recipients out there.
That's amazing. Yes, Terry can be, she's a fun pusher also, so I love it. That's awesome. Well, so tell us a little bit what you're going to be sharing. So to give our audience a background, our five speakers do share a little bit insights of their experience. They each get 5 minutes to present, and they get a chance to share their insights, something that they've been inspired by, something that they've had a challenge and overcome, and how did they grow from it. Where Roxanne, you mentioned you're going to talk about something that has been a big shift for you. Now, you don't have to get into specifics here, but just talk about like some of the things that just give us a little teaser of what a big shift can look like and how you have basically you're walking your way through it.
Absolutely. And the reason I kind of chose that one because I did have one, right? And I wanted to talk about
Yeah.
that shift and then what it can mean for you. And it could be
Hmm.
a shift that is intentional,
Hmm.
or it could be a shift that where it isn't intentional. It's all of a sudden
Hmm.
you're making a shift because you have to, right?
Sure.
And
Sure.
that's kind of where that opportunity, that idea of, okay, and then what? All right.
Hmm.
It's like you're whether it's the rug being pulled out from underneath you or whatever.
Hmm.
That's what I really wanted to talk to people about. I have a lot
Hmm.
of experience and everything with regards to personal development and some
Hmm.
leadership development stuff. And so this is kind of right up my alley. and
Yeah.
wanting to do that and share from that perspective of like,
Yeah.
something may happen, but it doesn't mean that's the end of the book. It's just maybe the end of that chapter.
Absolutely. That's a great attitude to have around it too. And I think, I think when shifts happen like this, I think we can all, take a look inward, introspectively, as well as being, turning even in closer into gratitude and what that looks like. And, because honestly, I mean, being able to walk through these paths of an unexpected change like this or an unexpected shift. But then it's like, well, then what opportunities can open up for you as well? And so I think I love your perspective on it of, okay, this happened, but we're still gonna grow, we're still gonna learn from it, and I think that that's beautiful that you can take that on.
I think it's been a really good season for me too right now. I've been able to step back a little bit and read a lot of books, a
Yeah,
lot more books than what I had. And
yeah.
it was all kind of things that fell in my lap. It all started with me going to see a gentleman like who was an author in Denver,
Oh,
an
nice.
international author, and seeing him and the kind of snowballed from there, but they all have a common theme. And I'm going to leave you guys with one book
Yeah.
that I would say that's a great book. That's an easy, simple little book to read, and
Oh,
it's called The Dream Giver.
I love it. Okay.
It starts out as the first seven chapters is a parable, then the rest kind of breaks it out, down and everything about that. And it is a great book because no matter what season you are or whatever you're doing, those parables that parable applies, and there's different phases of the parable,
Yeah.
and and you can find yourself in every single one of them.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that. I love that. So talk to us. I mean, like you said, you have a lot of strategic operations and leadership experience. Talk to us a little bit of how you kind of got into the path of in your career that you did, and what led you to that to start with.
I was working for my mom and I wanted to work for somebody else. That's
Okay.
if you've ever worked for family,
Sure.
and it was business related, and I used all of my skills, and I still worked with her part-time and that sort of thing. But I
Yeah.
just saw that there was something bigger, something better type of thing. And I knew there were things I don't know how or why, I've always been in leadership. I've always ended up
Yeah.
taking, being involved in clubs and being in a leadership role or doing those types of
Yeah.
things. It was a natural path for me. And so that's where I just kind of went a windy road at times. It was
Yeah.
it was a road, but it was windy at times. But to lead me through that. And some of it was even just volunteering and doing different things and creating different things that I felt that were important in the moment.
Hmm. So in leadership roles, what do you find has been one of the most rewarding aspects of it when you're leading teams or when you're volunteering with people and helping them and guiding them? What do you feel like has been the most rewarding when it comes to leadership?
I think, I mean, I love the fact that we can have a common goal and really everybody row together.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell you a story because I like to tell stories because I think it helps people, right? So years ago, I went to a church that I belonged to that had a lot of land, and I said, I think, we should have a community garden on this side of the city, and I think we should use the land for a community garden.
That's
I think you guys
awesome.
should consider that. The answer was, okay, great. Go ahead and do that.
Of course.
So I did. So I
Yeah.
created a community garden with 120 boxes. There were six of them that were handicapped. I did 2.5 acres of land that had tilled food on it. We did a small little orchard. We
Mm.
rented out the boxes. What I saw was we had multiple people from all sorts of other churches and other community people who didn't even go to church coming to help with the installation, with raising money, plant sales, all these other types of things, fall festival, everything else. And it was everybody rowing in the same direction.
Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. That's amazing that you started a community garden like that. That's incredible. I love that they gave you the reins to be able to take on that very large leadership role.
I was like, what did I get in for? But yeah,
Yes.
I was like, okay, well, it will come. Build it
Yeah.
anyway,
Absolutely. Absolutely. So on that note, then, are you a gardener yourself to this day?
Not well, my one tomato plant on my front porch counts, then yes. I don't do nearly as much. You know,
Yeah. Do you
I
enjoy
did a
it, or is
lot.
it something that is not very uh much in your wheelhouse?
No, I mean it is in my will, but it's just something that it's not anymore. Like I just wasn't
Yeah.
where I live now wasn't set up to really be that type of a place. So
Sure.
so
Yeah.
that's my token tomato plant is on my front porch and
I
stuff. And
love it. I
tomatoes
love
on
it. That's more than
but
I'll
that's
ever have. So
and that's what I always would tell people, right? You don't have to have, it doesn't have to be. You could grow, if you want lettuce, grow a pot of lettuce. If you want tomatoes, grow tomatoes. Grow a couple different things. If you want just salsa at the end of the season, grow a little salsa garden. Do whatever you want.
sure. Yeah, do what makes you happy, right?
Yeah.
I really wish I had that. I talk to many people. Somehow we always get on the topic of gardening, and I just wish I had it, and I just don't. So that's exciting though. I mean, so I love that the church, again, gave you the freedom to do that, and you started something so amazing for this community to come together and do an amazing thing not only for themselves but for each other with the garden and things like that. What a beautiful community space for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Very cool. And so, what else would you like to tell our audience? What would you like them to know about what you're doing these days, whether it's for fun or for business? What would you like the audience to know?
Well, I guess one couple of things. So on the skate thing, so stay tuned. Stay tuned. There's gonna be more. I know this is what I tell everybody. I have a shirt that was made by a friend that said this is my roller skating era. So hang on, it's
I
still
love it.
going. It hasn't stopped. It's going to continue going. And I want to encourage people to get out there. And pad up that sort of thing. We're going to be creating some community things ourselves, my sister and I, around that to really encourage people
Mm.
to, if they have questions, we want to be a resource for them. So
Yeah.
stay tuned about that.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Well, maybe that's something you can bring into Ace community then.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And that's what we're kind of working through is some opportunities to help and educate people and
Yeah.
how can they get involved? Like I said, I have had so many people come up to us at the skating rink and say, "Oh, I would love to skate, but I skated when I was a kid, but I can't do that now." And I'm like, "Why not?"
Right. Why
Right?
not?
I'm like, why not? Like, well, I don't want to fall. I'm like, as I'm in my helmet and my knee pads and wrist guards and the whole
Yeah.
shebang, I'm like, just pad up. It's fine.
Right. Right.
Like if with the right equipment, if you fall, you're fine.
Right. Exactly. Yes. Yes. Okay, well that's awesome. I love that that's something you're working on with your sister that, you're bringing to the community. I love that you guys are outside doing this though. I think there's a misconception of roller skating is you have to be inside.
I think that is in Colorado. I will tell you, I have met so many people from California and actually in the Midwest. Ohio and like Indiana, there's like big outside skating parks that
Oh
have these
wow.
big rambling paths. So it's a lot flatter. Colorado's a challenge, right? That's like, type of thing. But I mean, I've skated at Wash Park. I've skated up in Boulder. I've skated,
Hmm.
different places. So there's lots of opportunity, but like I said, I joke all the time about me being a plant. I like to be outside. That's my
Yeah,
preference,
yes,
is to be
absolutely.
outside. And but I just think there's something about it. I mean, we know from a perspective of being out in the sunshine is very important. It helps with cellular reproduction, all those types of things. But I
Mhm.
think it goes beyond that.
Sure, sure. Yeah, I think that's amazing. Well, this has been fun to chat with you. Again, we're excited to hear your story next week. I know 5 minutes goes kind of quickly, but I know the audience will learn something from every one of our speakers, including you for sure. And so yeah, thank you for being willing to share your story and share your fun pusher ideas. I love it.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes, absolutely. So, what's the best way for people to get in touch with you, Roxanne?
I would say if they're on Facebook, they can look me up there. It's
Okay.
Roxanne Fitzgerald. Alternatively, it's
All right, sounds good. So be sure to connect with Roxanne then, and thank you so much for your time, Roxanne. I really appreciate you. And everyone, we look forward to seeing you in 2 weeks on Wednesday, July 1st. Again, we do meet from 4 to 6 p.m. at Bucket List Tavern in Castle Rock. So definitely check us out. Head over to ace-community.com and you will find our upcoming events there as well. And you can register for a meeting for free right there. So that way you'll get to hear Roxanne and our other four speakers who are coming up. They will also be on Zoom, so be on the lookout for them as well. So Roxanne, thank you again for your time and energy. We really appreciate you.
Thank you. Have a great
Yeah,
day.
absolutely. Thanks, everybody.